request Mr. Balaji Rajagopalan, CTO, State Bank of India, to please come on the stage and deliver the next keynote address for the day. Mr. Rajagopalan is an IT veteran with global experience, primarily in banking and financial services. A distinguished thought leader with proven strong techno-functional experience, he holds unique experience of working in leading IT companies as well as in bank technology group with board-level engagement. The stage is yours, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity for the media, and thanks to all the participants making for this event. When it comes to the digital public infrastructure of India as such, last 10 years you have seen the major focus on every individual of a country, nation as such, having identity, right? The power of Aadhaar. We keep talking about power of equality for every nation as such. The Aadhaar has made a reality. Irrespective of the social status, individual is able to make identity. With the power of identity, we have seen the demonetization, we have seen the pandemic period where a nation, a person who has nothing about banking, no social status, no education, is able to perform a banking. The person who's in the roadside, in the pandemic you would have seen, he just displays a QR code. See the power of last 10 years, the government's initiative. I just want to acknowledge the government's initiatives with respect to the digital public infrastructure, regulators, banks, tech partners, startups, the collaborative efforts of the nation, which has felt that India, the emerging market economies, which entire world is amazed. US is not able to implement 24/7 as such, right? So when it comes to digital public infrastructure, what we have, the focus is on this, which I'm covering, is on how do you leverage the digital public infrastructure of the nation, what we have, to improve the operational efficiency of the banks, as well as to get the better customer experience. The primary role of the bank is to service the customer. Bank pays a trust for the customers. Customers invest money, and the customers have the right to take the money back, which means the expectation of a customer is to have 24/7 convenience at customer's choice. I can go to branch, I can have channels, initiate one place, resume at somewhere else. This is the expectation for the customer, resilience. With adoption of digital emerging technologies, the cyber threat landscape has impacted what it was earlier. And a couple of weeks back, I was in Delhi, one of the forum with respect to fraud prevention, which government has initiated. One of the consultants was saying, the fraud prevention which is happening across the globe, right? The consolidated amount will be the third economy in the country. That's the kind of volume of cybersecurity which is happening. While I'll come to the other part of cybersecurity, coming back to the focus on the innovation, operational efficiency, and the enhanced customer experience. India has been the major hub for investment for all the global IT partners. We made all the global public cloud investments in the country. And I'm proud to say that Maharashtra is the first in the country among this public cloud investments. All the data centers. 65% of the data center for the country comes from Maharashtra. And thanks to government, we have a hub of Mumbai. And Mr. Somnesh, thanks for the fantastic opportunity. I keep interacting with various associates from the government. The entire BFSI hub is here. So we made entire public clouds, the Amazons, the Google, the Microsoft. We made every partner come to India. So with the kind of infrastructure what we have, what do we need to do on the public infrastructure? With UPI, Aadhaar, the kind of data reach which we have, the ecosystem integrations. You can trace the customer's identity, investment, spend analysis, whether somebody is a mandi or somebody is a salaried corporate, you have identification. You have traces everywhere. With the SMS, with the internal data, with the external data, the power of data is so rich. When you purchase a vehicle, you have entry in Vahan. When you purchase a property, you have entry in Satsai. Look at the kind of ecosystem. When you do a trade finance, there's a DGFT RBI. So look at this information. Everybody talks about AML, but please understand the rich data which has got evolved over time. What data was there handling in the core banking system of 2000 and what should handle it now, right? The power of data. You can really be traced. where you go, what sites you refer, what is my spend analysis, to reach out to the banking to be affordable. A person who has just a QR code who's selling in the mandi, who has nothing about education, who nothing about literacy, the credit which happens helps him, he doesn't have a CIBIL score, right? So that's the kind of infrastructure what we are in. And with respect to the operational efficiency, for every banks, if I need to say bank operational efficiency, getting low-cost acquisition of liabilities is a foremost priority. To achieve that, how will I make that onboarding of a customer to customer service with a low-cost acquisition? At the same time, how do I minimize my back office operations? From a customer perspective, how will I make sure that the onboarding to customer service is seamless? From an infrastructure perspective, modernize infrastructure, modernize applications. What does it mean? Starts from the fundamentals of inventory management. There are many banks, there are a lot of startups over there. Get away from the jargons. Fundamentally, from a bank perspective, you need to make sure that my operation cost is reduced, cyber security is being taken care, data privacy is taken care, infrastructure is taken care. When I create a project, I should be able to inject the services of the infrastructure instantly, agile. If you still follow the legacy of the bare metal, it will never happen. Everybody talks about public cloud. Take the positives of public cloud. Mr. Puchi Babu also mentioned public cloud. Look at even a private cloud virtualization. Integration of compute, storage, and data security network is integrated, gets you the automation part. Seamlessly, you can get a database. Seamlessly, you can create instance, auto scale, auto ramp up. So from an infrastructure perspective, please create an inventory of your organization. End of life, end of support. Please remember, end of life, end of support. Every upgrade comes with the automation which kills the human mistakes. Please remember, it comes with the upgrade with additional features. You can take it later. Every organization has a pain of getting the procurement process. Especially for PSU banks, we have a huge RFP process. You also mentioned about the process. You talk about a lot of jargons, but the reality is start a clear inventory management. Who is the partner? Vendor risk management, end of life support. Is there a single point of failure? Do you have redundancy at every layers, right from data center, network, firewalls, anti-DDoS, security policies, WAF, right? In all these layers, database, application server, do you have redundancy at every layers? Look at the infrastructure part of it. Look at virtualization. Look at managed services, private cloud. Promote something for public cloud to get the experience so that you're future ready for public cloud. Build cloud native applications. When it comes to the automation, when it comes to the operational efficiency, most of the legacy core banking have been meant for core banking, for the branches. Over a period of time, those same systems we are trying to scrutinize, we are doing some tampering, and we are converting into a digital bank. At least I've seen that traditional branches handling systems was only used earlier in early 2000 or even 90s. There was only one system, core banking. Customer opening to customer service, one system. Thick client and a backend database. That's it. But now there are thousands of systems. Now we talk about onboarding systems, system of engagement, system of federation, system of records, system of intelligence. Right? If you don't segregate this, this is not a jargon. Please remember, core banking should be a system of customer data, account data, ledger entry. Ledger entry is the heart of the trust of the bank. Somebody will say, I want account statement, I'll inject you in the back door of the records for some meeting, some commercial banking. Please don't do that. There can be a fraud which can happen. The trust of the bank is your ledger entry. So when it comes to the core banking transformation, please make certain process which are related to onboarding of a customer, processing of the customer, scrutiny of a customer, keep it outside. Everybody talks about hollow in the core. If I need to make it in a simple layman's language, remove this process heavy orientation from the core banking, make core banking as a system of records for customer accounts, ledger entry, the product life cycle. 24/7, that means no end of day, no beginning of day, no year end, no quarter end. 10 years back, 24/7 payments, we said it is not possible. India has proved. US is attempting to do it. When we look at core banking for the future, it should be the next generation core banking, which is system of records, shift all the processing, scrutiny, make entities outside. Maybe a cash teller transactions. You need to touch upon every convenience. A person who wants to walk into a branch, satisfy him. A customer who's digital savvy, satisfy him. So providing frictionless journey can happen with the resilience only by making core banking start. Please understand, you can build a fantastic channel. Submitting it, you need to call the API from the core banking. What does it mean? Account opening. Traditional core banking will give me 10 services for customer creation, 20 services for saving API. Sorry, you need one API, right? By orchestration, with micro-segmentation, macro-segmentation, if you look at the data flow in your IT ops, it goes in circles. It goes back and forth. A traditional system was meant for branches. If there are 12 screens for, 15 screens for pages for core banking of account opening, the scrutiny should happen outside. Moment I do all the scrutiny, AML check, every validation, submit, call one API. That is digitization. Digitization is not by giving a front end, iPad, internet banking, mobile app. No. Core banking is your digital backbone for digitization. Build unified APIs. When it comes to back office operations, again, let me touch upon the customer service. What is contextual-based customer service? As a customer, I want to punch in the record. Everywhere you capture documents, banks are literally torching the customers. Pardon me, I'm also from the bank, but from a customer point of view. Everywhere you go, every service you do, I'm already holding up a customer. I have a savings account. I want to get a credit card. Give me a PAN card. Give me an Aadhaar card. Will you not use the DigiLocker? Will you not show the identity? Know that you know me. Show me that I have my holdings, right? So display that these are my holdings. Engage that you know me. That which means what? There should be an enterprise document management system, DigiLocker. Government is coming out with fantastic initiatives on centralized documents, DigiLocker kind of things. So can I make sure that when I punch in my data entry as part of my new to bank journey, when I upload the document, can it scrutinize and default it? You minimize my data entry. When I upload it, when I submit it, can you ensure that all documents are captured? When I go to bank branch for verification, don't torture the customers by saying that you have not submitted this document. Can you put that validation upfront? Can you default it? Can you give some virtual assistance to help him to perform the transaction? If I am a person who doesn't know English, vernacular language, again, Mr. Buchi Babu very rightly said that don't use, because the industry talks about hype. As a customer, if I don't know English language, am I having a virtual assistance with English translation, with maybe Hindi, any local language, help him for the customer. Now when the submit happens, how many people have seen the back office, especially for the tech companies? When I've worked in the banks, I know the pain of back office operations. People used to have bunches of papers, verify what is there in the back office systems. Can I automate that? Scrutiny. How will I reduce my operational cost? Anything which is zero, moving towards zero operations, is a bank which is meeting the future. What does it mean? If you refer the trade finance scrutiny, 100 pages documents, consistency across documents, whether it is retail, corporate, everywhere there's a scrutiny which happens. Minimize the monotonous job. How will I make sure that the back office operations is given the zero operations target, and the customer engagement of the branches, if the customer says, I want to put a thing, force him to enter into the kiosk. Make customer the data entry. Use the branch officials only for scrutiny, validations, approvals, and cross-sell upsell. Right? When it comes again cross-sell upsell, power of data. Bank has entire rich data, internal, external, civil. You have the whole ecosystem of the bank. What does it mean? If I need to provide a customer-based, enhanced customer experience. In a virtual assistance, I said, what is my housing loan interest? Simple example. This cannot be just a chatbot ending there. You build the enterprise conversation AI, record it somewhere, record all the interactions with the customer. Next second, if he already has a contextual pre-approved offer, say that you have pre-approved offer. What is true contextual-based customer service? When he walks into the branch subsequently, or he logs into any other channel, hey, you have inquired for a housing loan. You have a pre-approved housing loan of 50 lakhs. That is customer base. That is contextual-based customer service. Whichever interaction you have, whether it is a branch, channels, you have a common interaction. You recognize it. The power of data of getting basic details gives you the power of contextual-based services. And I can keep on going on and on. Build in the basics of infrastructure management, applications, build in the cyber security with technology adoption, digital adoption. The cyber threat landscape has impacted very much. Last 5 months, the country banks stocks, DFS talks only about cybersecurity. Right from government to DFS, every bank, people know that. So to summarize, focus on the infrastructure modernization, applications, make sure that your customer journey is simplified, build in resiliency at every place, a strong security operations, integrated with the network operations, and a strong resiliency operations. Knock, rock, sock, which we tell in SBI. All these three should be integrated so that there's a meaningful automated alert. Before an application downtime happens, when the resiliency is talked about, build in resiliency at every layers, build in alerts which are integrated with ITAM, ITSM, it should be instantly created. When a system is under stress, record alert. And before the actual incident happens, ensure that it is being resolved. That's the future of banking. And finally, I want to say that against our prestigious vision of India becoming the developed nation by 2047, banking industry has plays a major role. Right? Banking for Vikshit Bharat, which we talk about precisely. Government has done a fantastic job, regulators. What we are today as India is because of the collaboration of government, regulators, banks, tech partners, consultants across the globe. And now, to achieve this 2047 rule, banking as an industry has to start focusing on building stable, resilient, secure banking industry, giving trust to the customers. And I'm sure with all the joint collaboration, we will make a success. Maybe why not 2047? We'll maybe even achieve it even earlier. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you for your thoughts, sir. I request Mr. Anupam to present a memento to Mr. Rajagopalan. A huge round of applause for such wonderful address, please. Thank you once again, sir.